Hello everybody and welcome back to Ruling the Cloud on this glorious, dark and stormy night. The perfect time for the return of our next build. You may be able to guess what it is based off of the shape of the flooring here. Kinda, maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. It's the return of Zafs from the previous server. Season 1. This is Season 2. Yeah. So, I've actually kind of already worked out a design for it. Also, you can see I'm at 104 levels after last episode. I could go enchant, but nah. I like the number. And I'm going to die anyway, so yeah, whatever. I went and got a whole bunch of quartz. One thing I've definitely learned about this build, well, I should repair that. I'll have to remember to do that later, is a double chest of quartz, or not the same as a double chest of quartz blocks, which is what I'm going to have to go for next, because I've basically depleted that supply. Let's put that pick back there. We'll work with the silk touch pick, whatever. It's good enough. Just trying to think of what I need. So, basically, the return of Zafs. Yeah, big stuff, big things. I'm not going with the same design as last time. This is not actually a prank. This is me making a build. Last time, the whole idea of Zafs was I made it so... A few more. It was a whole thing where all I did was I made Zafs as a way to kind of sell resources from a perfect villager, and I would get people to sign away their souls and books, and I would go and reclaim what they own from their signature, their land, their builds. Everything would be mine, and I'd recreate it in my image. It was fun. Yeah, that was the end of the last season, actually. And that's how I became the ruler of this world, because everybody signed away what they own, and I now owned everything. It was for fun. It's all role playing. Don't worry about it. So one thing is with Zafs, it had a very different design. It was based off of the spawn and how I basically. Ooh, you can walk off steps. The way it was designed is that spawn was kind of like an iron look. Sorry, I'm going off of a picture that I did, and I'm trying to remember how I did this build, because I have already done kind of an outline of it. I think this doesn't go out. I think that's actually already it out. Word 1. Yeah, so the design for this one is it's going to kind of be more greeny and have leaves and stuff like that. And one thing, basically it's just going to be a rework of the original building's shape and design. One thing that it was is this side here kind of had like pink windows and, oh, the rain stopped, bars just kind of going around it to kind of give it a look. And, you know, looking back on that, I missed an opportunity there. That was literally the perfect design for what could have been the logo of the server. And I'm going to do that here, because honestly, that would have been like an ingenious way to get the logo on the building. And I didn't even realize it at the time I was building it, because I had so much trouble with that wall and how it looked, because I honestly couldn't think of anything to put there, so I just kind of did that. So the logo for the server, something I actually kind of just came up with after seeing something they had built in the middle of spawn last time, basically it's a cloud, because that was the original name of the server and what I was told it was called before they changed it to Funbox, and it looked like kind of like signal bars on a phone. So I went and I found a simple cloud, and I made it look like there were green bars in the cloud. And that became kind of the logo of the server. It's kind of what we have in the Skype chat and what people seem to be using. So, yeah, score 1 for me. I'm getting a little too cocky with this whole ruling the server thing, I know, but it's all for fun. I like to create a narrative in my Minecraft playing. Alright, so that matches up pretty good. Now, the original inside I used kind of diorite. If I don't like the way the iron looks, I will go back and change it. And I'll recap it on the next episode. But I'm going to try iron instead, because we have all this iron and diorite. Honestly, in my texture pack, it looks fine, because it's nice and small. But just from like talking to the others, they don't really like how it looks. So I won't use too much of it in the build if I can help it. Cut back where I can, you know. Let's see. It goes over... bit. Is that too tall? No, that's about right, because if I did 2 and then it goes outward. Alright, that. Oops, I missed. Can Can I get that down there? Yes, I can. Sweet. And it is 3, and then it goes over here. Perfect. Now that just goes up. And I was actually fooling around with this too, because I didn't get this in one shot. It took me a couple tries to get it to work the way I want it. And I know I'm burning through iron, but you know what? We have a giant iron farm up there now, which is awesome. I love it. I can finally waste resources as I always dreamed. And how I did on the old server. Iron specifically. The only reason we did that, honestly, I'm only going to use that iron farm for building purposes, like actual building, in terms of armor, tools, hoppers, droppers, and stuff like that. I'm not going to use the iron I get from that. That iron farm for me on this server as I play is strictly for building. Because I actually enjoy mining for iron still. Oops. And I intend to continue that. Alright, let's go take a look at this. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. It's kind of hard to see from here, but that's basically the logo of the server, rebuilt on the side of the building. And I'm pretty sure I built that right. It's either indented, it's either outward one more, or it is actually where it is right now. Alright, now for the next wall. So kind of already gone ahead and put in some lighting here. And as I said, it's a rework of the last server's design for Zafs. And it's just basically using a different color scheme. The main colors we'll be using here are brown, stain, and clay. And then for the white, we have the quartz and the diorite. And then obviously we have the lime glass and the brown stain glass. And the reason I'm using these colors is because the kind of look that we're going with Spawn this time, as Zafs was a kind of a work off of last time's Spawn, that being mostly like an iron and metallic looking build. This one is kind of more like a natural build, using the leaves and stuff like that, which is why we'll be using these colors. And don't worry, on the last one, this was a giant picture of my face. Using staircase art, of course, what I like to call it. That won't be the case this time, don't worry about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'll be the height. And the reason I'm building this, as I'm sure you've already, you can figure it out, I'm building this on top of the trees. And the reason for that is because the idea that we have for Spawn, instead of like mowing down all of the, well, despite this, that was, yeah, despite mowing down all of the trees like to build Spawn, we thought, we could just keep the natural look, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 count. We could build on top of it so that we keep that kind of natural look below. Basically, it's like a village on top of the trees. That's what we're doing here. And so far, it's turned out great. I just need some brown stain clay. So that's why we're using the colors that, or at least that's why I'm using the colors that I'm using, and where I'm building my building here. And also, to kind of continue with this part here, the town hall is basically going to be here. That's why I built this facing it, because it's the server logo. It would go nicely, I like to think. And the whole did I talk about this already? I don't know. The whole idea from the last server was that I pranked everybody using Zafs. That's not going to be the case this time. This time I have a much different role, and this is going to be the emblem to show that. It'll be kind of the design. If you can probably figure it out, honestly, with the diorite, quartz, brown stain clay, me. Because there's something that I have always wished was in Minecraft. I say it every time I start on a new world or just talk to people and stuff like that. There's one thing that I always wish was in it. Because, we have brewing stands. And we use bottles, like glass, to make bottles. Well, we could use something similar to a brewing stand. And we have, quartz. Quartz could be used, just reshape it. And it could be used to make something that, you could give buffs with. Because, it gives people in real life, a boost. You could do that. You could work that into the game, somehow. I'm sure. Oops, wrong way. Stairs is the wrong way. I'm sure you've also noticed that the leaves are kind of lower quality. I've lowered my resolution just to build and spawn. I noticed it helps at least. I still don't know if it's on my end or if it's the servers that gives me the issue. But yeah, quartz could be used to make coffee cups. And a brewing stand, put cocoa, milk, sugar, and you can get a good cup of coffee. That is my what I've always wanted them to add in Minecraft, even though it makes no sense. I'm just a coffee drinker, and it's funny because Bam works at a coffee shop. It makes sense, and I'm sure he'll enjoy this. It would be awesome if this was in the game. It's the one thing I've always wished. Like people always want something in the game. Like more PvP type stuff, which is what they're working on the next one. Aesthetics, like coloring your bed, is another one I want, but I could live without. But look at that, beautiful. I'm so proud of that. Staircase art at its finest. As the sun rises on another beautiful day, we continue the build with the main part, the entranceway. Now another part of the build, you can kind of see it here in the coffee picture, is that the smoking part, and I'm going to represent that in the colors of the build using stained glass, light and gray stained glass. Now in the last one I kind of used the purple and black, which are my main colors, which I may still use for like part of the inside, but it's going to be different this time. I don't remember how I continue it from here. I think I used, this goes upward, I know. Might have just been straight. Oh well, I'll figure that out after. Oops, continue this over. So this is obviously, as I've already said, going off of pictures. So I'm gonna have to go back and get the fine details of it all later. And this goes up like this. So this is still gonna be the doorway. Last time I made it have a fee to get in, like you'd pay, I think, a diamond or something, and you can get whatever armor you wanted, like all the diamond armor in the shop, all the tools, and you'd get special services if you sat in my book. That won't be the case this time. Like I said, this is going to be mostly potions I'm trying to go for, and I also have a large excess of books, which I may try to move here. This goes over, I think, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. This one's the same. Perfect. And then on top of it, I'm gonna need some more of these slabs actually. Just kind of looking at it. Oh well. This goes up, and this here was kind of like a corner bending window, which it will be again. And I have to have that there. And I have these ones here. It's funny, I noticed it's really hard to see light stained gray windows without the number. Like if you had one piece, I don't know if it shows the 1. It probably does. I just haven't really noticed it. It continues on like that. And here, now I had it bend inward. Oh, that's why it's confusing me. Okay, I know what's up now. I used iron instead of the this. I used this block for the background last time, and I changed it. That's why it's confusing me. All right, that makes a lot more sense now. So this actually, well, I may change that a bit after, but that continues upwards like that. And on the inside, we have this, and there we go. So like the bending corner window. Ooh. The bending corner window, which continues inside. I'm gonna have to do the floor after this. And then also, in the last entrance, I gave it a different, bit of a different accenting color, so it's not a solid entranceway. I kind of just added a bit of quartz. Yeah, which looks really good. Which is somewhat off for some reason. Why is that off? What am I? Oh, I'm missing a block. That's why. There's supposed to be a brown stained clay block on the top of this. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going off a picture. How did I get that wrong? There we go. 2 wide entranceway, perfect for a door. Oh, actually, I think I have some doors over here. I think I brought one, didn't I? Yes, I did! Ah, the dark oak door, yes. It's the perfect doorway for this. And since we're building the walls, I can just kind of walk inward and outward, so I'm totally fine with adding the door. The only thing is zombies can be a problem, but hopefully they won't give me too much trouble. If I do that, would that help? Yeah. How's that look? Ah, that's good. Very nice. It'd be better if it was white, maybe, but we don't really have white doors. I said iron doors, but I'm not going to use an iron door again. All right, continuing it. And there's a second window here, as well as the grassy part continues. I'm going to need some glowstone, actually. There we go. Glowstone. Got that. Leaves. Perfect. So let's drop off some of these things I don't need. I need that, actually. Yeah, we'll drop the quartz in here too. Nope. try to keep my inventory of just strictly building blocks, because it already eats up a lot of my inventory anyway. That perfect. So we're gonna add a little bit more light over here. Like I said, I may make this go down further just because of the way the leaf blocks are now with a lowered graphics quality. I may want it to look different than how it does here. Perfect. Nice. And there'll be another long window here as well as the other side. But this is the main window we'll be working on first. I actually do need more quartz half slabs. I'm putting away the quartz. What was this? Okay, I do still have some. Yeah, quartz building, it devours your quartz supply. I did it a long time ago, not on this previous server, but the server before that. An entire building out of it. Not fun. I forgot how much you burn through really fast. Perfect. Okay. And then over here is going to be a giant bit of brown stained clay, which will act as the main wall. I may have to get some more of that, but that's fine. 2 more. There we go. And then I believe it just goes over all the way. And then in front of it I use kind of like different slabs to kind of give it a more detailed look. So it goes all the way over here, and then it just goes to that. So this I may have to come back and just kind of look at to rework it, but that's fine. And then over here, now the main window part, in front of the door I had it go outward. Do I still have those? Yes, I do. So to kind of give like an archway over the doorway, I use more half slabs, like so. And this continues over the corner. That's a solid block. And then just 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, perfect. And then over here, same idea. Oh, this is actually really hard to figure out. So I had that go there, and then it came outward. And then it should be able to fit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes just over top of that. Yes, so that's right. And then it goes back in. And that goes all the way to the end, actually. And then in this corner here, I'm supposed to have these quartz half slabs as well, which I can put in if I can reach. Whatever, I'll do this. So, is that right? Yeah, that's right. I have to fix that bottom part after, but I'll do that afterwards. And up here is a little bit more, and on top of it is quartz instead. The main idea for the top was like kind of, for the main walls is kind of the brown and the quartz rather than the brown and these gray half slabs. And I have to look at this wall again because it does have the brown here. But I'll fix that after. Oh yes, the window. Yes. Do I have everything else done? I think so. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, that for the most part is accurate. I just need to put in the window glass. This is why I said it's hard to find. There it is, the 11. Hard to find light gray in your inventory because it looks exactly the same as the background. So this just is a half slab window, and I think I used gray on the inside too. Just oops, or I'm sorry, brown half slabs. Or yeah, and it goes like this. No, it would have been like that. Yeah, and then the inside of this is just the half slab after the panes, because it is a pain to place these things. I love the naming. You know, well, what can we call half glass sheets? Like, not glass sheets, that's too long. Well, you know, it's a pain to place. Let's call them glass panes. I know it's spelled differently. I'm just making a pun. I went ahead and fixed up this wall here. I went back and looked at the picture. So it is actually a brown part there accenting it. But and I finished that part there. I put a bit of torches just to have light on it until we actually finish the build, where there is light included on the roof. But for the time being, you know, just so mobs don't spawn. And I also went ahead and finished this wall here. So there's all the glass panes. And I did this wall here, which is very basic. It's just like upside down stairs. And this was originally like purple and black interchanging. Going with the glass theme here, we have gray and dark gray. All that's left for us to do is the back wall, which is basically that design just repeated twice with a giant pillar in the middle, which I may still do purple and black. I'm kind of on the ropes of that, just to have my colors in it. But yeah, so this looks great so far. It's a good start to the build. The nice, comfy coffee shop in Spawn. we just have one more thing to add here. With any coffee shop or any shop, you know how they have open signs to show whether or not patrons can come in and enjoy themselves. Well, unfortunately, we're not open yet, and well, it is nighttime, so you know we're not a 24-hour place. We have this here, so this is just very basic. It's like a switch, you know, whether or not open, open, closed. We provide light, which is good. But for now, we're closed. We're not open yet. We're still in construction. And we have to work on this part here to actually make a pathway. That main entrance there that connects to the main spawn area is where the town hall is going to be. We're going to make another one like around here somewhere. Me and Arndare were talking about it. And then we'll have like continuing paths all the way up here once he regrows his damn trees. But yeah, nice, comfy coffee shop. That was a good start to the build. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Next episode, we'll probably finish it off, but I'll have the last wall done because it is just a repeat of this design here. And we'll finish off the roof, put the sign up, maybe do the inside. That I have no idea how I'm gonna do it. But yeah, I'll catch you crazy kids next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.